You're watching America Trends. I'm Mary Burt-Godwin, and I'm very excited to meet our next guest. Her name is Kathleen Plate. She is the owner and artist of Small Glass Jewelry. She has been transforming post-consumer bottles into jewelry and lighting for 30 years, and she is a leader in sustainability, sustainable accessories and design. And I am fascinated by people that are creative and are into the visual arts, and I'm just so excited to meet you. Kathleen, welcome to America Trends.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
I was going through your website. I love all of the jewelry that you make, and like I said, it just fascinates me. I am not able to be creative in the visual arts like that. So I love them though. So I'm just fascinated to meet people that are good at it. So you've been doing it for over 30 years. Is that right?
That's true. I sometimes I feel proud when I say that. Sometimes I just feel really old. But I've been I've been working in sustainable products long before it was ever really a thing.
So can you explain that to me? I mean, as far as working with so you use bottles that have already been used and you then recycle them into jewelry.
Yeah, exactly. So I use my medium is post-consumer bottles, and we collect those from restaurants and friends and neighbors, my dining room table sometimes, and also dumpsters. I dumpster dive a lot and actually pull empty gross bottles out of dumpsters and transform them into beautiful jewelry. The colors are amazing, and it's just taking a object that you would see every day and changing your perspective on it and letting you see it in a new and different way.
So what first gave you the idea to do that 30 years ago? Were you
Well,
just dumpster diving for fun and then
yeah.
you thought, let me see what I'm gonna do with this bottle of Bud Light?
Yeah, they say like necessity breeds invention. So I did grow up in a small town in Washington State where I thought everybody had a compost pile and an organic garden and had to wash out their Ziploc baggies. So it was, use them again. It was part of the way I was raised. But fast forward, I was in graduate school and just I was getting a master's in English literature, but I like to make things for my friends. And so it was somebody's birthday. I wanted to make them these little glass earrings because I had learned how to do stained glass from my 70s crafty mom. And I didn't have any glass. And I just looked around and I'm like, oh my gosh, this wine bottle is so beautiful. The color was like emerald color. She had dark hair. I'm like, that will look great. And I just broke it open and made my first pair. And it just kind of took off after that.
I love this story. So first of all, what'd you smash it on? I need details. I need to like go back in time and know exactly what the process was the first time. And now I'm sure there's tools that you use. You don't just go smashing on something, right? Or do you?
Exactly. So smashing, yeah, actually it's a very controlled smashing where I use stained glass tools and I can cut the bottles, score them and tap them out and break them open. So try to save, as much of the bottle as possible. And yes, over the years, it's just evolved. I keep playing with new tools and because I'm self-taught and I just took different tools from different mediums and used them in different ways that they weren't necessarily made for, but they did the trick. So that's how I created actually a raw material that I created and brought to market and actually got a patent on my studio process.
Oh, wow, that's fascinating. So yeah, all the colors, I kind of just thought, oh, there's just the green bottle came to mind, but there are so many different colors, and that clear looks blue with the background there, and you can just do so. Look at that ring. I want that ring. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you: before you had this idea and you did this, were you in the jewelry business or the design business, or what were you doing before you started this?
No, neither of those. I was pursuing a PhD in English literature,
Oh,
so
wow.
no. Hence the reason that I'm self-taught. I didn't really know I was an artist. I just always made things, and I didn't know that it could be a job or that it was something. It literally just happened. Started making, like I said, for my friend, and then I made for more people, and then somebody's like, you should do this art show, and I was like, okay, what is it? And the great thing was that I was in graduate school, so you didn't really have to show me that much money to catch my attention. I
Right.
sold everything the first day. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Um, Ended up wholesaling pretty quickly. Um, Go, we're doing this wholesale show, where stores come to buy. Do you want to do it? I was like, sure, what is it? Okay, great. And then I was literally had a one-bedroom apartment that I would solder on the kitchen counter. And I was so terrified that I was fraudulently masking as a business and as an artist, and that someone wasn't going to was going to find out that I was just making these things and selling them to the stores, which also makes you a business and makes you an artist. So
Right.
I just kind of said yes and then figured it out.
That's amazing. I mean, that is how a lot of people get their start. They just kind of follow their passion and follow something that they love, and they don't worry about that stuff because it's going to happen organically if it's meant to be for you, which it definitely sounds like it was. Now tell me, you work with companies like Coca-Cola and Chick-fil-A, is that right?
It's true. Yeah. So again, the great thing of what you were saying about following your passion and letting it happen, that really truly is my story. And I love to tell people that because I was in my 1-bedroom apartment just soldering up this jewelry, and I was approached by some of the biggest companies in the world. So the first cold call came from Aveda, which again is a organic sustainable skincare line.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making some things out of their bottles, and they had seen them. So I'll never forget, I was on the answering machine. That's how long ago it was.
I don't think a lot of the crew in the control room don't know what an answer machine is.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. And they had seen my work. They're like, we want to work with you. It's amazing. They just started rattling off these like super big numbers. Like, we need 500 bracelets and 1,000 earrings. I was like, oh my gosh. Again, just said yes and figured it out. And I've had a wonderful working relationship with them for years. And then crazy, it happened again with Coca-Cola. And I will never forget, I literally was in my studio and I got a call from a woman at Coca-Cola, introduced herself. She said, I'm the developer or the manager of new product development and hard goods purchasing. We'd love to work with you. We want you to do your process with our bottles. When can you come and bring us samples and meet with us? And I love to tell that story because I think it's important that people know you can be following your bliss, doing your thing, and literally one of the biggest companies in the world can call you to work with you. And I say that because it happened to me, and it's happened multiple times. Yeah.
That's an amazing story. And that is the brilliance too of social media right now, because you can use your phone to put it onto a free platform, share your passion and what you're doing, and then it can be viewed because you used a hashtag or you tag somebody, and then the product development person calls you. That's a really, really great story. Well, I love your work, Kathleen. And so let's put smartglassjewelry.com and @smartglassjewelry on social media. Look how beautiful that is. You are very talented. I love what you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us here today, Kathleen. I'm going to go check you out, smartglassjewelry.com. Share this with all my friends and family. And you are watching America Trends. Thank you so much for watching us here on BizTV.com every night of the week. We'll see you again tomorrow night.